Hey y'all, welcome and welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are having a great day and had a good weekend. It is about to be New Year's, y'all, and I am super excited about that. I don't have any plans for New Year's, but I do have plans over the weekend. It is my man's birthday today, so if you are watching this, babe, happy birthday to you. But we plan on doing something over the weekend, so we'll be celebrating that. But I will just be chilling on New Year's. I might go to my mom's house on New Year's Day because I believe she's cooking. I also have a cold, y'all. I'm so pissed. So if you hear my throat scratchy or anything, I apologize. I think my kids got me sick. I'm not sure, but hopefully I get over it quickly. Also, those of you guys who are following my personal channel, remember I just posted a vlog for Christmas Day, what it's like as a single mom, spending Christmas as a single mom with 3 kids. And then I also have 1 year post-divorce on there. I have a story time about how I fell out with my childhood best friend. So I have been posting on my personal channel. I will link my personal channel in the comments below for those who are interested. Now, today's video is cray-cray, y'all. I had to share it. It is cray-cray, y'all. So the couple that you see on the screen are actually siblings, y'all. They are biological brothers, they are a biological brother and sister. That is their child. And this is crazy. She goes on to tell the story about how she ended up getting pregnant by her brother. Now, obviously, she didn't know at first, but she found out when they got a DNA test, y'all. So this is crazy. Go ahead and watch it, and I will give my commentary at the end.
Okay, so I guess it's finally time for me to do the story time about how I got pregnant with my brother. So first, let's talk about the child. The child just turned 2 a couple weeks ago, and she's normal. Yeah, she's normal. She's healthy, very beautiful. I'm gonna make sure I post a picture of her. One second. Okay, so yeah, that's her. Nothing's wrong with her. I know, like, typically when you know have like some incest type of stuff going on, your child could like potentially be like mental or autistic and stuff like that, but not the case with her. She's very normal. But I met him like on social media. But see, the gag is my mom never told me that I was adopted. So I met this man and I was just like, damn, we look so much alike. Like so much alike. But you know, I was on some, oh, that's my soulmate. Like we just vibe, we click, we go so good together and we look alike. Like, or my man. And, okay, part 2 of me telling y'all how I got pregnant by my brother. So I left off by telling y'all, you know, how we looked at so much alike. So I just took that as, oh, this is my soulmate. Like, we look alike, we vibe good, whole lot of other stuff. So yeah, well, to go deeper into details, so at the time when he was hitting me up on social media, he had hit me up for like 3 years, but I had a boyfriend and I don't do all that whole, you know, no whole festivities. So I never responded. I just used to open it and close the message, like, you know, you can save it just so you can see like, oh, you said something to me, but I ain't respond. I saved it. So when me and my boyfriend had finally broke up, I was like technically a junior in college, really a sophomore. But yeah, I was technically a sophomore, but really a junior. But that's a story for a whole nother day. So let's just say junior. So me and my ex-boyfriend broke up when I was a junior in college, and then I ended up dating my baby's father, which is still my man and currently. But yeah, when I responded to him, I was just like, you know, hey, let's link. And the story on how, I think I'm gonna have to tell y'all about how I even got to responding to him on Facebook, just so it can make sense, because I don't want y'all to just be like, how you randomly respond to him? So I had this homegirl. She was one of the people who was like a part of the whole festivities at the time, but you know, she's very redeemed now. She's a wife or mom. But I used to be like, girl, where you find them from? And she'd be like, girl, you gotta respond to him on Facebook. So she was like, you gotta respond to him on Facebook, girl. They in the messages. So I'm like, okay, come on in. Let's, go through my messenger and see who we gonna respond to. So we at work at the time. I was working at Aeropostale. So we at work and we just going through my messenger. And like everybody that we clicked on with it, they probably like, no, immediately, no. No. So came across, his profile. And I'm like, I like him. He look good. He my type. So I responded, and literally within like 5 minutes, probably within 5 minutes, he responded back quick. Like I saw the bubbles popped up before I even exited out the messages. So when I said that, I hurried up and skedaddled. But yeah, so that's how I ended up hitting him up, because my friend suggested for me to find me up on Facebook, and that's what it is. So after I responded to him, whatever, I kind of feel bad because he had like a dude picture as like his cover photo, or like I don't remember if it was the cover photo or if it was just like a picture on his page or something, like him and his dude. So when me and my friend who I was telling y'all about is having this conversation, it's not just us, it's like 6 of us involved in this conversation, so everybody on the same type of time. So when we had came across my dude profile and was like, oh, he cute, we had tried to figure out like, what we gonna say. We can't just slide in the DMs dry, like we gotta like, shoot the shot. So I had ended up texting him and was like, my homegirl want to know what's up with your friend, but I'm trying to see what's up with you. Do that for. So why he texts back and was like, so my friend is dead. He been dead for a few months now. So I'm like, should we abort the mission? Because what? Ain't no way we just failed the shot like that. But he ended up texting me like, I do want you though. I've been trying to get it a minute. And I'm like, a minute? I don't know. I only see like one message on Facebook. People like, you got to check the other site. So that's when I knew then that he had hit me up for like 3 years. I didn't know that he was him, if that makes sense. The well-anticipated part 3 of how I got pregnant by my brother. Okay, so I left off telling y'all how we ended up having a conversation or whatever. So fast forward, time gone by. I'm kind of gonna skip over a good chunk of stuff because it's kind of irrelevant to how we found out, but I just need to give a timeline. So time go by, we are together. He ended up going to prison. So he was in prison for 2 years. Backstory, he's been in prison twice. So in this story, he go to prison, he get out, I get pregnant, he's out for about 4 months, and he go back and I'm pregnant, fresh pregnant. Okay, so that's the little backstory to that. So let's jump from when we started communicating to him going to prison. So where I want to go. So he gets out, and if y'all watch my TikTok, I posted a video of him getting released from prison. So when he got released from prison, we went on a vacation. When we went on that vacation that I was like, we trying to make a baby, that's exactly what we did. We made a baby that day, like that trip. I was ovulating. I had tracked my ovulation for since I've had a period since I was like 16. So my like flow chart is very accurate. So we did the whole Mucinex method, got pregnant on that trip. So that TikTok that y'all see that's pinned or whatever from when we went to the Bellamere Suites, I got pregnant at that time. So at this time, me and him have been together for about 5 years. Yeah, about 5 years. So we had been together like
been together. So it was no point in like, you know, the whole breaking up or whatever, because we've been together. And then we planned the baby. Like, it wasn't like a mistake. We planned it. So that's another crazy factor in the whole situation. But mind you, up to this point, we don't know. We don't know. We do not know. So we listen, but we don't judge. Okay, so that whole trip go by. About a month later, find out I'm pregnant. And then about 2 weeks after I found out I'm pregnant, he go back to prison, y'all. Whatever. So I'm like mad annoyed, because I'm just like, we didn't plan to have a baby and you done left me with a baby. I'm like a single mom now, but I ain't, but I am, type situation or whatever, blah blah blah. So anyway, I'm so trying to be in tune with my baby and, you know, forget about that whole situation. So I was like the extra mom. I always went and did like the extra imaging and the extra testing, and yeah, I want to know everything early, da, da, da. I was that type of, you know, first time mom. So with my like baby daddy going back to prison so soon, like, and me being pregnant, a lot of people like try to question the, you know, the paternity. So I had did the like early DNA type of testing on the baby to go ahead and nip that in the bud, which he never had a concern, because we literally planned the baby. But, you know, just to, you know, make other people bite their tongue, you know, we did that. And that's when the fan. Now, I don't know all the like specific details to explain like what the test said for word, but basically it came back like it's a high percentage of like kin of the baby. So we like, what? So the doctor get to asking like, is you and your baby daddy like brothers and sisters? And we was like, no, you know, well, he wasn't physically there, but I used to like have him on the little jail FaceTime while we was at the doctor's appointment. So I was like, no, we not, or whatever. So he was like, well, that's just weird, but you know, basically y'all need to get that check, you know, seen about, check into that, because it's showing that, you know, the baby is like basically double kin to itself. Part 4 of how I got pregnant by my brother. So that doctor's appointment that I went to, where the doctor was telling us all this stuff, my mom, who raised me, was there with me, because she stepped up to be like the baby daddy, because my baby daddy was in prison. So she was looking kind of shady at the appointment, but you know, I waited till we left and I was like, why was you acting kind of shady? Like, you know, you got something to tell me, because that didn't make sense and I needed to make sense. So she was like, I got something to tell you, but I don't know how you're gonna take it, or if it really truly mattered, because she was like, I never thought this would happen for it to be brought up. So she goes to tell me that I was adopted, but it's no information on the birth mom, because she was like an angel at the right place at the right time, like saving grace type situation. So that's how it went. So basically my mom was a counselor for like the Fed. So my mom is like a counselor or whatever. So she do like where she go to the prisons and stuff and see like people who are claiming mental status and stuff, and she'll be like, yeah, they mental, or no, they playing, or this is a true patient and I'm here to counsel them while they're locked up. So my boyfriend's mom, real mom, biological mom, was in prison back in the day, like when he was a child. So when she went to prison, she was pregnant and didn't know. So when she got there, and of course time going by, she found out that she's pregnant and go from there. Now she already had kids, two. She had two, him and another girl. So she was like, She don't have nobody else that's she didn't have anybody else on the outside, in the outside world, free world, willing to take a child for her. And then on top of that, I truly don't believe she knew who her baby daddy was at the time too. So she just was like, I'ma just have the baby and we'll figure it out at the end. So y'all already know how, like, when you go to prison, and you pregnant, they don't let you bond with the baby. No way. Like, as soon as you push the baby out, they taking it and peace, baby. You'll see this baby when you get out, if that's what you want to do. So when they took her from me, she already didn't have nowhere for me to go. So it was like, I'm gonna be in foster care. So remind you, my mom, she works at this, she don't work at the prison, she like contract through the prison. So she just was like there during this moment when this happened, and she was like, I'll take the baby. I'll adopt the baby. So or nothing. So my mama ended up getting me. So that's how it was like a closed adoption, because it wasn't really an adoption. It was just like, you got a baby that don't nobody want, I'll take the baby. So it was like not legal, I guess. So she signed her rights and shit over, and that's how I didn't know that my mom was not my mom. And his mom is my mom. And I know that's a lot to process, because it was a lot for me to process, and then having to explain it to him through like a prison phone was like even more of a process to just process. So I mean, we ended up coming to like a consensus, like, hey, we done already did the worst. Like, we could just put that in the far back of our minds and just keep going, because like we had already been in an established relationship prior. Then we had a child that we wanted, so I mean, I don't really know what else there is to do but to be with him. So y'all all on here like, why you still with him? Why you still with him? What, y'all want me to go get another baby daddy? Just because you got more than one baby daddy don't mean that I want more than one baby daddy. I don't look like the type of to have.
Okay, so let's talk about this situation. I don't know how old he is exactly, but according to TikTok, they said that she's like 26, and him, we don't know exactly how old he is, but he seems to be, I guess, younger than her. And it makes sense, because if you look at the picture, she looks older than him. And then also, obviously, if they have the same mother, then they can't be the same age. But one thing I wanted to pay attention to is her saying, like, of course I'm going to stay with him. Like, do I look like a two baby daddy B? And just because y'all, want to have two baby daddies don't mean I do. Whatever that surrounding of what she said, right? I wanted to pay attention to that because a lot of people think like this. Now, hence, I don't know their exact situation as of today currently, like what's going on with them. But I will say that if you have the mindset of you don't want to move on just because you don't want more than one baby daddy, sometimes that can make you settle. Okay, and not just speaking on her situation, but just women in general who speak like this. If it is a better situation for you to move on from your baby daddy, then that's just what it is. We have to stop worrying about what other people has to say about us. We have to stop worrying about the stigma when it comes to being a baby mom, etc., and just do better in the future. Once you have already had children, it is what it is. There's nothing you can do about it. They are already created. It is what it is. All you can do is make better choices going forward. But with that being said, we really, I feel like, need to go back to the traditional way of like getting courted as women and men doing the proper courting. We need to stop just being like, oh, he's cute, I met him, I like him, I want to have his baby. Like, no, we need to build a proper commitment before doing that. Has he proposed to you yet? Like, are you married yet? Do y'all have a nice stable environment to bring this child slash children back home to? Not just meeting men like, oh, he cute or whatever, let me have a kid with him. Especially in her situation, regardless of the fact that this was your brother, that's beyond of what I'm talking about. But the fact that like he also obviously was in and out of jail. So it's like you're worried about not, wanting to have more than one baby daddy, so you're gonna stay with him, but you're not so concerned about I created a child with somebody who is in and out of jail. Does he have some type of security for you in him? You know what I mean? For your child. Does he have a career? Does he have something that he's working towards? Those are the things that you should be looking at. And if that means that later down the road that it's time to move on, then it's just time to move on. If it's a better ideal situation for you and your child, again, we got to stop being so worried and concerned about the stigma of being a baby mama, having more than one child's father. But if you do it the right way, you could have made a mistake the first time I had a child, but if you do it the right way, then next time you'll be a wife. You won't be a baby mama, you'll be a wife having a child for somebody who was worth having a child for. It just is what it is. But again, I've told y'all before in the past, like women don't tend to come to their senses till they're 30 and men until they're 40. So with him being young, and he even looks young, he don't even have facial hair on his side. He don't have no beard or nothing. Like he just looks young. So it's like he obviously has a lot of growing to do. So regardless again of this being her brother or not, her being older and closer to 30 than him, obviously, I feel like you more should have thought about, should I be bringing a child into the world with this person? Look at his stability. And then women also have to remember and think about when you get pregnant, there's always a risk of you not being able to work. You might have a high risk pregnancy. Anything could happen to where you can't work. So the man that you're having a child for, is he going to be able to pick up the slack? With him being in and out of jail, that's less likely. Okay. Now, with this situation in general and her finding out that that was her brother, I do have a lot of questions for her adopted mom. Like, as soon as you met or found out who this man was, did you automatically know that was her brother? Like, or did you just automatically become shocked when you was in the doctor's room with her, finding out the DNA testing, etc., But that's just a crazy situation. I don't know if I could stay with him after me finding out that he's my biological brother, because every time that we about to mess around, that would be in my head like, oh my gosh, I'm about to mess with my brother. So I don't know if I could stay with him. But what do y'all think? What do y'all think about the situation? What would you do? Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. I will see y'all in the next one.